What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Cruel Fan video where today we are doing two more conference previews for the college football season, looking at both the Pac-12 and the Big 10. So let's jump right into the Big 10 that had a lot of controversy last year because COVID really hit that conference hard. And the conference overlooked a few things, specifically Ohio State not playing 6 games in the regular season. They still allowed them to play in the conference championship, and that was a big deal for teams like Indiana, who for the first time in a very long time finished in the top 25 and could have played in that game against Northwestern. Instead, the Big 10 said, no, we know our best path to the college football playoff will be if Ohio State plays in this game. So they allowed it to happen. They beat Northwestern. They go on to the college football playoff. Of course, Justin Fields goes off against Clemson. And then ultimately, Ohio State lost to Alabama in the national championship game. So that is kind of a recap of the best team in the Big 10 last year. But there were some other absolute studs, including Northwestern, who bounced back to have a good season, including Indiana, who came out of nowhere to have a fantastic season, something no one was really expecting. And now this year, they have a chance to finish in the top 25 in back-to-back years for the first time since the 1940s. But there was a lot of concern in the Big 10 as well. Penn State was not good. Had they not rattled off wins at the end there, they started their season off 0-4. Then you had Michigan, who again, Jim Harbaugh, it's a huge question. When is he going to get Michigan back on track? It seems like the school isn't that concerned because they rewarded him with a massive extension in the offseason, but they were not very good either. Wisconsin was not good last year. And of course, Scott Frost continues to struggle at Nebraska. So this year, the head honcho, the head dog is obviously yet again Ohio State. They have one tough game on the road at Indiana, but I don't think they're going to face a lot of competition outside of that. And my best guess is that Ohio State goes undefeated and lands back in the college football playoff. This is similar to what we've seen out of teams like Bama and Clemson. Ohio State is in those ranks. They deserve to be in that conversation as well. And the Buckeyes have Ryan Day. CJ Stroud is going to be the starting quarterback, but Ryan Day is really the key. He took over for Urban Meyer and has not missed a step or a beat. He's been fantastic at the helm for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So the Big 10, in a big nutshell, is pretty much run and dominated by Ohio State. Let's look at the Pac-12. This is a conference that just essentially didn't play any games last season. COVID really hit them hard. It was up and down the board. There was not a lot of consistency. When you thought a team was going to play, they didn't. Washington struggled with that. Oregon struggled with that. It was really a crapshoot from the start of the season to the end of the season. They got through it. They did get a team to the Fiesta Bowl in the Oregon Ducks, who got destroyed by the Iowa State Cyclones. So not great there. But the Pac-12 looking for a much better year this season. They have some teams in the top 25, specifically very at the top, USC and Oregon. Those teams are going to battle it out for the Pac-12 championship this year. You have in USC a very veteran quarterback in Keldon Slovis. He's looking to become the first Heisman winner from the Pac-12 since 2014. When another quarterback did it, yes, Marcus Mariota from Oregon. And speaking of those Ducks, Mario Cristobal has done one of the best jobs of recruiting in the Pac-12. He has become one of the best recruiters in the entire nation. In fact, going into next season, the Ducks will have a top 10 recruiting class, and that's something that's becoming tradition and is becoming quite common for Cristobal in his recruiting. So this whole entire conference should really come down to USC and Oregon. Of course, Oregon got to play them in the Pac-12 championship last year. They upset USC. Pac-12 cannibalism, still alive, still well. We'll see if that happens this time around. My prediction is that USC will win the Pac-12, but with a caveat, they will have 1 to 2 losses. It will not be good enough for the college football playoff. Of course, they'll get to go play in a bowl like the Rose Bowl or the Fiesta Bowl, but that's really not what the Pac-12 wants. They want to be in the college football playoff. They want to elevate their status, and I just don't see that happening right this second, not this year. The other storylines in the Pac-12 that we've got to watch out for. One, Utah is a good team that could play spoiler and could have some trap games down towards the end of the season for a couple of these schools vying for a spot in the championship game. I want to know with Arizona State, what does it look like in terms of the recruiting scandal? Is Herm Edwards going to be impacted? Is Antonio Pierce truly going to be impacted? Because that is a huge part of the Sun Devils' success. And then that school down south, further south of Arizona State, the University of Arizona, they have a new head coach this year. how bad are they going to be? That's the question. This could be truly one of the worst Pac-12 teams that we've seen in a very long time, and I'm wondering if they even win 3 games. So that is your recap and your preview of the Big 10 and the Pac-12. We are just so close to college football season. Can't wait. Until next time, I'll talk to you then.